So one of the questions we wanted to ask you is,
Mm-hmm.
which again you probably touched on a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So is it more beneficial? Because okay, someone wants to have an NGO, they want to really do something. We know
Mm-hmm.
that there's some challenges here and there. Okay, maybe we might not go to the business, try it from a business perspective, maybe just the NGO. Would it be more beneficial for a diasporan who is not going to immediately or maybe in the future relocate back home full time? Can they then do something in the diaspora? Would it be beneficial for them to set it up here, or would it be beneficial for them to set it up where they're trying to help? Like, what are some of the, I guess, the formats that you can try or you can use
Mm-hmm.
to make sure you're able to make a difference? Because we also have to think about, if you're setting it up here, there are obligations that have to be fulfilled, right? In terms
Yeah.
of for NGOs versus,
Mm-hmm.
over there.
Right. That is a really important question. And it depends on the laws of the land, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
what are the criteria or the legal requirements like for opening an NGO here and one for opening in Sierra Leone? I know because I'm on the board of One Village Partners, this I'm I'm learning about the NGO requirements in Sierra Leone. Here it's quite straightforward, right? But I know one thing that came recently in Sierra Leone was that they were requesting for you to be all NGOs. Either you, if you want to be, let me make sure I get this correct. And if you want to, if you're a local NGO, if you're operating locally in Sierra Leone, you need to have a board, actual a local board, or and then you have to register your organizations as an NGO in the country, right? So most of international organizations, from what I understand, and this I'm just putting a disclaimer here. I'm not sure about the facts here, but I know from what I most of them come in with their international, NGO status, and obviously they have to register with the government, and etc. But with this new requirement, it means that you need to actually have there's a level of governance that happen within the country. So, for example, like One Village Partner, we just actually
Community.
hired, we just recruited. Actually, we have currently two board members that are local in Sierra Leone, right? So, local board members, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
and 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 the the same. There's the same board. We have board members here as well. But then the track the challenge is how do we actually work together? But that is one requirement from Sierra Leone. I think there's a way we could have evaded that and say, oh no, we're an international NGO, and and if you do that, there's a different route. To you're not. I don't think you're obligated to actually have that. But I think just because
Yeah.
of OVP is not all about community led and being very localized, we decided to go that route. So it depends on the country, right, in terms of the laws. But one thing I'll say before just rushing off and setting a NGO, there has to be some research done, right? And I'll do the two, like if it's here in the other country, what I would see. And I think for me, if the same thing you're applying here, if the work is going to be done overseas, I think you should research and see how does that fit over there because at the end of the day, I usually say when it comes to doing a nonprofit work in like somewhere in Sierra Leone or where we're from or Africa or a place like that where access to donation is not easy, you're going to rely on
We're
international
starting all
donations.
over
So
again.
it's really essential that you have some sort of NGO status in the West, either here, the UK, wherever that you're going to be doing your fundraising from, and then obviously exemptions. There's certain exemptions you might have, so there has to be that, and most NGOs does that. The organization I used to work for before, like a few years ago, they had different affiliates in different countries, like in Switzerland and the UK, but that was purely for fundraising purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Summer, there is a lot to do. Like yesterday, I talked to a friend, and it's like it's barbecue season and graduation season. So we know you're busy. You just need bite size of Sister Let's Talk that will keep you motivated, keep you inspired, keep you on the go and informed. So this summer we're giving you bite size of very important conversations, so you don't want to miss any episode. So tune in and listen and act. Summer is here.
That when you're small, don't wait and say, "Oh, I'm doing everything by pen and paper or Excel sheet and stuff." Get yourself a good accountant, nonprofit, as someone who understands nonprofit accounting to set you up and explain to you how it works. Or get yourself as a fiscal sponsor, get yourself a fiscal sponsor, that you can use
Yeah.
their infrastructure. They know what they're doing. So they'll literally manage your books as they manage theirs. And there are a lot of resources available to us here in the Twin Cities in like Propel Nonprofits. They do offer that help. Yeah, I would say in terms of like finance, it's so important because there's no way you are going to get more money if you don't have a good systems going on. And sometimes that could be crippling because I get it. Some people don't have the, like who am I going to go to? But they have capacity. Some organizations do something what they call capacity grants, right? They understand that you're small, you're trying to build up, so they can give you. I think that's available like 50,000, even to 100,000 to just build up your infrastructure and then get a contractor accounting in, get your accounting system in, and those are some of the costs, or people call it sometimes disadvantages for nonprofits.
So, yes,
Hmm.
we're going to see God's practical application of those promises that sometimes we don't think about them as promises, as God showing up in a way.
Right,
That's
right.
what we want to bring out in every one of these episodes. So, we hope that you are along with us on this ride. I'm super excited.
How can we share this? What should our audience do if you listen to the podcast?
Please share it. You can listen to us on any podcast platform. It takes a little bit. So if we made that step, if we made that step to show up, we hope that you'll show up for us. Just do that share button and then put it on your social media and other people can see it. Your people can see it. Also send us messages, send us questions. That way we can find the people that know those answers that we can bring on so we can learn from
Right,
your
right,
questions.
right.
Also, if there's something that really spoke to you on the episode, just let us know that, hey girl, that I really resonated with that. It just helps us know that, yeah, God's promise that we should keep talking is actually here.
Is
Somebody,
actually right.
yes, we're able to share that with you. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, so follow us there so we can let other people, the more you let us know that you're listening, the more other people find us and they get to hear the good things that you hear. So, yeah,
That's true.
so
Subscribe. Click the button.
definitely.